as a supervisor, you not only are on these missions, but you're working with a team of people who unfortunately have to see some really hard and traumatic injuries and incidents.
Yeah.
What is that like emotionally to manage a team after seeing an incident like that, and you have a family of, how is it managing that balance?
Yeah, it's a weird balance for me because not only do I have the responsibility of trying to oversee this operation and hopefully save or rescue whoever it is that's hurt, but I also have that responsibility on my shoulders to ensure that the folks that work for me come home safe and sound. And that's both physically and mentally, right? And so the long-term exposure to some of these high-stress events and traumatic events, it can take a toll pretty heavily on folks. And the Park Service, I would say, as a whole, has done a much better job over the last 10 years of recognizing the impacts that emergency services and high-risk rescues and law enforcement contacts, whatever it might be, has on the workforce, and has taken more of a proactive approach towards resiliency, availability of counselors, and debriefing and going through a process to hopefully help provide the tools for folks to proactively deal with these types of things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I definitely have had folks that have worked for me or worked with me that have been drastically impacted from these types of rescues, either fatalities, people dying, or, some very serious injuries of known or unknown people that have taken a toll on them personally. And so it's my goal at the end of the day, right, that I set people up for success, that I take care of these folks that work for me so that when they leave this job at the end of the season, or if they leave the Park Service as a whole, that we haven't done more harm to them, right? Hopefully they leave in a better place than when they even started the job.
And as somebody who's, supervising and leading, that mission with your staff, I hope that you're also able to get that same support and recover from those types of events.
Yeah, I have a cohort of folks that are in similar positions to myself across the Park Service, that we have a network, right, of communication, because it is kind of a lonely position to be like in that supervisory role, right? It's like there's a lot of things, a lot of stressors from above and below that people don't necessarily understand. But yeah, my biggest fear at the end of the night is that one of my employees is going to either hurt or not come home, right? And that's what keeps me up at night.